go.
Welcome to DDB's End Zone Empire with your hosts, Dave, Dustin, and Brian. Your source for all the latest and greatest fantasy football information, wagering, injury reports, picks of the week, and more. And this week's episode is brought to you by S&M Liquors. I'm David. I'm your host. This week 7, we're going to break down the games this week. I'm here with my co-host, Dustin, my main man. What's up, man?
Oh, man, just trying to survive in advance like everybody else.
And my other co-host, Brian, over here. What are you doing, Big Daddy?
I'm sipping on some Old Forester, and that was donated to us by S&M Liquors. They also own Beach Grove Market. Shout out to Mike and all the people over there.
Oh, blue-collar boys. If
Yes,
you're
sir.
hungry after work, dude, stop over there, get some breakfast or lunch. Dude.
Before, after. It's just great staff over there. They'll help you with anything you need.
Good selection, too. Well, look, it's week 7. We're excited. We've got a good episode this week. We've got some picks that might have some of you scratching your head. But listen, when I lock them in, I lock them in. That's how it goes.
He's a lockdown corner.
But I do have a new rule this week. I'm starting a new rule, guys. And I'm going to call it No Lock Thursday, okay? The only thing you want to lock in on Thursday is take the under. You know, it's a short practice week. They don't have the same amount of time to prepare. It's usually low scoring, and it's just too unpredictable. So I'm not going to I will give my pick of who's going to win the game, and we all do that, and that's fine. But I'm not going to lock in any more Thursday games.
I totally agree with you, unless it's the Dolphins versus the Eagles. So. but we
Maybe
will.
there's a couple down the road.
But
we
we'll
might
get
lock
to that
in.
game later. I'm just, hey, Mom,
I pick
love
him
you.
with my heart.
So listen, you didn't click on here to hear us ramble on about this and that of our week and whatnot. Let's just get into the games because that's what you want to know about. Week 6 or 7. Is it week 7?
Week
Seven.
7.
Yes, sir.
Gosh, the time's going by fast. Look, there's going to be some crazy trades coming up, y'all, because the deadline's soon. Okay, so it's week 7. We've got a Thursday night game, and it's the Jags are going to the Saints and down there in New Orleans. And there's one big question I really need to know before I can give any kind of answer to this game.
It's indoors.
No,
Oh.
I need to know.
It's not in London.
I need to check in with the football mom to check out to see is Trevor Lawrence going to play and who else might be out. Let's get with that.
All right, first we're going to start off with Trevor Lawrence, who sustained a knee sprain this past week. He is currently wearing a brace and is questionable for week 7. So we'll have to see how tough he is.
Yeah. Is there anybody else?
Zay Jones is out with a knee injury for week 7.
That's
Okay. Dustin, I have a question for you.
Let's hear it.
Well, I have a statement first and then a question. My statement is Derek Carr hadn't been playing very good.
No. Check.
They may need to go to Jameis Winston. I don't know if they need to do that yet or not. But Jacksonville, on the other hand, Lawrence doesn't look like he's going to play. Maybe he does. I know he's going to tell you he's going to do everything he can to be out there on third. You know, but it's a short week. That if it's me, I let him sit and take the Saints on. Okay, with that in mind, do the Saints have enough, Dustin, to pull this thing off?
I say no to this game. I got the Saints this year 0-4 against the spread as favorites. They're a favorite in this game. Jacksonville 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games.
Yeah.
So, if Lawrence, I'm thinking Lawrence is the kicker here. If he don't play, I might not bet it. But if he plays, yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville.
Yeah, okay.
Money line.
Well, Brian, I was going to ask you. Jacksonville's running game, if Lawrence doesn't play, is it strong enough to carry this offense past a good Saints defense?
And that's exactly what I was going to hit on. I think London sparked something in the Jacksonville Jaguars. If they don't have Lawrence, they can lean on the running game. ETN putting up 36 points. He's your third running back RB right now in fantasy football. So the man's putting up points. He's got 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games. I think it's enough to get past there.
Another tidbit: Jacksonville, all their wins this year are on the road, too.
Are they? And
2
undefeated.
in London.
Well, and I'll give you another one. The line on the Saints has moved from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
And or minus from -3 to -1, excuse me. But I'm just wondering, that actually leans me towards the Saints for this game, but I'm not going to pick it because that leads me to think that Vegas thinks that Lawrence isn't going to play.
Yeah. If Lawrence plays, I'm Jacksonville money line on that.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So let's go ahead and let's get. I think overall for your parlays, let's just stay away from this game. It seems to be the best idea. Maybe you mix in on a Thursday night, like I said, you can always go with the under, but other than that, I don't know.
Fantasy wise, though, are we still looking at Christian Kirk, Ridley? Ridley's been kind of up and down.
Yeah, Kirk's been more solid than Ridley.
So I mean, if they have a backup quarterback in, are we still starting those wideouts?
Well, really, you almost have to. Well, I don't know because Lattimore's going to lock down one of them.
Well, he's going to lock down Ridley. That's why.
And that's why I think Kirk has just had the year he's had. Every game is like at least 13 points.
Yeah.
So I'd say Kirk. Well, I think you still roll with both.
I mean, Kurt really did
Kirk's
good.
a stronger start
Yeah.
between the two.
I mean, Kurt really did really good last year as the number 1 there, and now he's the number 2, and I think that's why he's striving. So,
well,
I mean,
and Ridley he's a good number 1. He's okay. Everything's fine with that. But I think Kirk with Ridley people looking the other way is.
Well, I think
is
the thing about Ridley is an awesome number 2 wide receiver on somebody's team.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's having a little.
well, I mean, that's
He's getting
probably
the best.
Well, right. The number
DB
2
every
gets
week.
a little
I mean, that's probably why Ingram and Kurt is doing so good this year because
Yeah.
Evan Ingram has really stepped up too. So
well.
Ridley's taking a lot of the pressure.
I got some prop bets for this game. If y'all
Before
want to
we
hear
get
'em.
into that, let's round out this fantasy relevance situation because I think Alvin Kamara is a great start. Obviously, I think that like I said, Michael Thomas is going to get you 10 if that's what you're looking for.
If you need,
Roll
I
with
mean,
it.
we're in a heavy
Actually,
bye week this week. He's a good play.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually had to tag him in on the league, so I mean, he's on my flex start.
Yeah,
If you need him, he's there.
and really what's that? The receiver.
Mom, who is he? You drop McLaurin.
Rashid Shaheed.
There
we
go.
go. He's been playing pretty good lately, so that might be somebody that I would think about
In
in
a
a
deeper
flex
league.
situation.
Yeah.
But Jacksonville's defense, they've been playing pretty good too, and I think this is going to be a tough game both ways. I don't know. I think Chris Olave is a good start.
He
He's
found the
slow
end.
in the
Kamara.
beginning, but he heats it up.
Well, at
towards
least he
the
found the end zone last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So.
And then NTM obviously, and Kirk I think would be the guy you start this week. And Calvin Ridley, it really could
You have
be
to.
a flex play, but really you might think about. I mean, being a bye week, you might end up having to use him if you have buys. But this is a week that I think you can look at other players, other options if you have them. If you don't, you roll with Ridley.
It's one of those, I think, where you draft him, you have to start. I saw him go as high as second round.
Yeah.
Dave.
Well, with the amount of buys this
That
week,
was some knucklehead. Wasn't it?
you're gonna have a tough time finding somebody.
I
to
just
put in,
had to
probably.
throw that out there. But, hey,
So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of some of these prop bets, and just because I know Thursday night, y'all, you don't like to, you want to know if you won on Thursday night. So
Yeah,
you,
you
wanna
need
mix
some
in
action
all your
somehow.
you got to build your parlay with something. So here we go.
All right, I'll just give you. I got a whole list for this game. I'll just give you 2 for each team right now, and then at the end of the show, I'll break them all down. How I'd come up with this? The prop bet for ETN rush yards is 63.5. He's projected to get 70.9, so that leaves him with a plus 7.4. So we're going to say take the over on ETN rushing yards.
Okay.
Christian Kirk over 49.5. Take the over. Michael Thomas 52.5 receiving yards. Take the under. And Chris Olave 61.5. Take the over. And I got a whole list of these for this game. We can do the other 15 at the end.
Yeah, well, I know Thursday nights it's a good single. It's even the fantasy weeks, the daily fantasies and all that.
Yeah, the degenerates,
Thursday's
the
a
dogs.
good-
We need something to do Thursday night.
Yeah,
that's
so,
it.
but yeah, so I think that is actually some solid picks there, Dustin. I'm real concerned with the line moving. Lawrence not playing. Carr he just needs to play better, really. And I think they got to start thinking about Jameis Winston a little bit. And I know it's in the back of Carr's mind.
I think it's going to get better, though, once Williams comes back. If
Yeah.
you add him and Kamara in that backfield and you can mix in a good running game, get that play action going, I think it's going to get a lot better.
Yeah, and what's the corner they lost? He's coming back too, isn't he?
Who's that?
Is it Jacksonville?
Nah,
Or is that the Dolphins?
it's the Dolphins. That's Ramsey. That's
Oh,
the Dolphins.
Ramsey, yeah. the
Yeah, we
Dolphins.
get
That's
in
who it
that.
was.
We
Okay,
get in
okay.
that here soon.
Okay, so look, that's going to bring us right into the first 1 o'clock game, and it might look different on wherever it is you're looking at this list. But if it doesn't line up with my list, you know. So, but anyway, the first game on my list, we'll just say, is the Lions at the Ravens. This game is tough, and I know the Lions have been playing great. Carr, I think he's top 5 quarterback right now, yardage-wise, and the defense is holding tough. Aiden Hutchinson, he's killing it. I mean, he's
one of the best youngs right now.
But the Ravens have been playing good, and I think if you were ranking like power rankings for the league, the Ravens still have to be top 5. I mean, their defense is playing great. Lamar Jackson, believe it or not, is playing good. He had a couple fumbles, but he's had some drops, and there's things have happened. It's not been a perfect season.
Their D had 6 sacks last week.
Yeah, but you're going to find it weird me saying this, but I mean, I think they're lacking the running game, and that's what's killing Lamar Jackson. Gus Edwards ain't getting it done. Justice Hill ain't getting it done. And I don't think we've seen Gordon for a couple weeks. So
He must have got hurt or something.
yeah, so I'm just that's really what they're lacking right now.
That looked good. Jonathan Taylor would have went there.
Oh, amazing.
Well, before we get too deep into it, let's check in with the football mom and see if we have any injuries in this game.
Yes, we do. We lost David Montgomery from last week with a rib injury. They say he's going to be out for a few weeks because he's got some cartilage issues to some of those ribs. And Jamar Gibson been nursing that hamstring for the past couple weeks, but they said he's trending towards playing this week.
So it's looking like a 50-50 between him and Craig Reynolds?
Craig Reynolds, yes.
I got you on that.
And I don't have anything on the Baltimore side.
Good. Well, see, there you go. Ravens are at home. It's one of the loudest home stadiums in the league. Their defense has been playing great, and with Montgomery out, you know what? I'm taking the Ravens. I'm going to go ahead and tell you something, folks. This is my first lock of the week.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. The Ravens are taking down the Lions at home. Take the points, y'all.
Oh,
Dave, I got something that might change your mind, but
Okay.
I'll lock in the Ravens too. Ravens defense 6 sacks last week. St. Brown 12 catches, 124 yards and a touchdown last week. Todd Monken's offense in Baltimore, not clicking yet, right? On all cylinders.
no.
They're going to be a little sluggish coming back from London. Sorry. The Lions 4 wins in a row, all of them by at least 2 scores. Top run defense in the league.
Right.
But Montgomery ain't playing, and I think Montgomery is really important for the Lions. I think we're going to find out how important this game.
Yeah. And
Give me
St.
the
Brown's
Ravens.
back.
All right. Are
Now,
y'all?
Brian, I know you're itching to say something.
Shit, I am.
I know you got
'Cause
something to say.
Brian
I
hates
think,
our picks, man.
I think we've been talking all night about this. As long as the Lions got one guy, his name's Jared Goff. As long as they got him, they're good to go. They have one of the best offensive lines in the league.
True,
He has some of the
true.
best wide receivers. Your young talent, Sam Laporta, Brown, Reynolds. As long as they got him with just a sprinkle of a running game, they're going to do all right against this Baltimore defense. And that line's going to be able to hold the defense back.
Is
Jared
Gibbs
Goff
going to
time.
be that sprinkle?
No, but I think Craig Reynolds is going to be enough just to get them past. And dude, I see the Lions running with it. I have not seen enough Baltimore offense to ensure me that we're going to see a victory out of Baltimore. And coming back from London, which you were saying, I just a little sluggish. Coming back playing a top 5 team, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. Dustin, do you have a spread in this game?
Ravens -3.
-3. Well, that right there tells you what Vegas thinks.
Vegas is wrong.
Well, you get 3 for being home.
Yeah.
So they're saying Detroit 6 points better neutral.
No, they're saying the Ravens. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay.
Or no, 3. Detroit's 3 points better on a
Yes.
neutral site.
Yes. Okay. So, really,
Which I mean,
I mean,
I wouldn't argue that really.
But I mean, if we look at all the touchdowns Montgomery has, right?
yeah,
I mean, and then you sprinkle in 11 passing touchdowns out of Goff, a top 5 fantasy quarterback, he's going to get it done.
I think Big Dave's my kicker though. We're going to
Yeah.
see what they look like without him, because he's been a big piece for him this year.
He is, definitely.
and I think Ravens wise, Mark Andrews and really,
Zay Flowers, really.
Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews.
I think everybody's either benched or let go of Odell Beckham. I don't know if you're starting any of that Baltimore backfield. Gus Edwards,
I'm not. No.
I have to out of necessity this week, dude. Yeah, I got big Gus Bus in there.
So,
Predicted it like 6.
Well, and really, I wouldn't want Gibbs either.
Yeah,
But
'cause
I
you
would
don't know
love
what
to
you'll
have
get.
St. Brown, and really, honestly, that's the only player I really like for the Lions this week. I mean, Goff, obviously, but
I don't know. Josh Reynolds has kicked it up
Josh
every
Reynolds
week.
has been playing
a
good.
very good flex player is
And
getting
he,
close.
you know what? I tell you what, let's sneak Josh Reynolds in as a low end flex this week because I think he's still worthy of that. He's been playing some ball.
Well, I think that, and with all the the Cowboys, the Bengals, we got some Titans, we got some big buys this week. So I think we're gonna be sprinkling a lot
Yeah.
of flexes this week.
Come on,
guys.
Gus.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Reach
Now-
for the moon.
I'm. So we're locking in the Ravens minus.
Minus 3.
Well, we're locking in the Raven minus Brian's approval.
Exactly. I was about to say y'all locking in the rate. Nah,
But-
we'll see what happens.
We're gonna just push right into the next game, which on my list is the Steelers and the Rams. The Rams are at home. Let's see, Sean McVay and their offense. They've been moving the ball. I think they're really Hunt's probably is due for. No wait, that's the Browns. Sorry, my notes are. I didn't write my notes very well.
Williams.
But either way, Williams is out for the Rams, and I don't know. They're if
He's doubtful right now,
Yeah,
which
he's
Well,
he probably is
and
going to be out.
the Steelers defense was the last year they were playing great. They were firing on all cylinders, really playing well at the end of the season. This year we just haven't seen it yet. They're still getting a lot of pressure with Watt, but the other guy. I mean, they just really need to step it up on both sides of the ball if they're going to do anything this year.
I just want to say one thing before we get to the injury report. Steelers, they did lock down their last game before their bye, which was against Baltimore, which could not close the game out because of a running game. Mom, tell me all about the injuries.
All right. Well, they might have a little bit of good news. Deontay Johnson was activated off IR today, so he's in his
Did anybody
21-day
scoop in
window.
and get him?
I got him already.
All right.
So that's a plus there. And then you already know about Kyron Williams with the ankle injury, but he is listed as doubtful.
Man,
Yeah, doubtful's not good when it's Wednesday.
Is that all we
Yeah.
you
got?
never want the D.
Yeah.
So who are we looking to be running back for the Rams? Is Rivers? No, he went on
No,
IR.
he's out. It's a guy
Evans?
who hasn't played much. Evans,
Evans,
is
okay.
the starter this week.
Zach Evans, I think.
Yeah, it is Zach Evans, and I don't know what to expect out of him. We haven't seen him this year, so, but I do believe in Sean McVay, and I think with the right setup, with the right run plays, mixed with the right spread offense or whatever, you know what he does. I think there's still room there for the Rams to win this game. I'm not willing to lock it in. I'm not even going to bet it. This is one I would really probably stay away from on that end.
Pittsburgh fan.
Yeah, Dustin might have something other to say about
I
that.
love that.
But really, it's a tough week. It's a tough week on
I don't think you know what you're going to get from Pittsburgh.
well,
From
yeah,
week to
Pickett
week.
has not shown that he's really ready
There's-
to take over this team and be the leader they need him to be.
Yeah.
You know,
so
he's-
the defense is there, but they're on the field way too much.
Yes.
So I mean, it really depends on what offense shows up. They could not easily win this game, but they could.
And
Yeah.
with Fitzpatrick looking over top, and then they're putting pressure on the front end with Watt and them. I mean, they have a good setup. It's just
That's Miami's worst mistake.
yeah, for sure.
Just want to
Yeah,
I
For
want to
sure.
throw that out there.
Miami, you know what Miami needs more than anything? They need a Cameron Wake or somebody on the edge putting a squeeze on them. But anyway, let's go back to the Steelers and Rams. Dustin, what do you think about this game?
Dude, I got some notes for you. The Rams have not beat the Steelers since 2003.
Where are we at? Are we at Pittsburgh?
It's at the Rams.
All right, go ahead.
L.A.
Pittsburgh's defense, y'all right. Defense is looking good again. Offense is looking improved. Hyatt and Watt and Highsmith on the edge have been, creating some problems. Basically, it's going to be a home game for the Steelers, even though they're in L.A. I bet the crowd's 75% Steelers fans there. With that being said,
They do travel.
I'm going Rams money line on this game. I think the Rams just got enough more offense to win this game.
Oh yeah, they have the talent.
100%. I think one of my big concerns is, which probably a lot of people looking at Puka Manua or Puka
Puka Nakua.
There you go. Okay. All right. Cooper Kupp 2 games back. He did put in a good game 2 weeks ago, but that was because of a 1 touchdown. Last week he puts up 4 catches, 26 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Cooper Kupp that big of an impact to him?
The Lion is back.
Okay.
Okay. He was gone for a while, but now little Puka, he held it down while Daddy was away.
I think Puka's still a good own in fantasy.
yeah.
So I mean, are we looking at him as a low end flex? Because I mean, he was a number 2.
Yeah.
Shit, he was a number 1 on some people's
Oh,
teams.
I think you just keep rolling with him until
Oh,
he
yeah.
shows you 2-3 games in a row that
The
he's
talent's
been
there.
moved on.
You can't lay back on him. That's for sure.
I think
And I
this
don't
is
think they really will move on from him in the offense. I think he'll still have a big role.
and
I was
this
just-
might be a low scoring game too, really. I mean, this could be easily a 24-17 type of game.
Yeah, definitely.
And really, I think that if I was going to bet, I might go money line, but I would pick the Rams. That's my pick for the game, but I'm not. I really don't think I'm going to bet.
I'm
this.
definitely
I'm gonna
going
stay away.
money line on that, but I got one more fantasy question for you.
Okay.
All right, we're looking at Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at Warren. I mean, every week Najee's carries are going
Yeah.
down. Okay, so is he even flex worthy anymore? Because I mean, really, I've seen a lot of people bench him.
No, I would take Warren over Najee all day, and honestly,
Probably because of the receiving.
I think Najee is he's probably should have been benched 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's.
But we're
he-
getting into that stretch
yeah.
of the season where there's so many buys. It's hard to.
Well, and we have data now.
Yeah.
We didn't know, beginning of the season, everybody's tied for
Yeah.
first place. You got a lot of optimism, and this is our year. But we have some data now, and the data says Najee's not it.
Yeah. Warren is. Yeah, they're a few.
Steelers fan though, is it the line or is it Najee?
I think it's a little of both,
Combo
and I
of
think
both.
that's fair.
Okay, all right. I want to throw that out there for listeners, because
Their line's improving. It's by far one of their weakest points of the team, but also Najee's not.
he's a downhill runner.
Yeah, and he's not hitting the hole like he used to, and also I think, Najee, he was always one of those guys that was going to get you the 1 yard. If you needed it, he could move the defense the 1 yard. Now he's not doing that anymore.
Yeah, if he hit the hole like Warren did, he would.
But I'll tell you one
Probably wouldn't even
thing.
be talking
One
about
thing the Steelers are missing. If y'all remember last season, Najee, he had a lot of receptions.
Dude, that was.
I think there was one game he actually had
That's
double-digit
what- yeah.
receptions, and
That's what made him worthy.
And that may be what's missing in their arsenal is getting
yeah, but-
Najee on the outside and letting him just. I mean, when you get a big back like Derrick Henry, you get him in space. What's going to happen?
Yeah, no, I agree
You know.
with you, but that is a young quarterback checking down because he doesn't have any other option or doesn't know what else to do. It's a scapegoat.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Pittsburgh last year to Pittsburgh this year. Y'all was looking a lot better last year.
Well, for sure, but last year the Steelers did not
Deontay
start
Johnson
well.
could help out too.
I'm hoping.
The Steelers didn't start well last year at all, but they finished really strong.
Yeah.
And I thought that momentum was going to carry over this year, but it hasn't. And really, I'm kind of tired about talking about the Steelers.
Oh
if I'm
my
being
God.
That's from a Steelers
I mean,
fan.
What's the next
It's
game?
just it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Wait. Did we get the betting on this?
Really, I would take fantasy wise.
I think it's going to be close.
I really don't want any of the Steelers' offensive players. They've not been moving the ball
George
enough
Pickens,
for
maybe.
me to pick it. Picking would be the only one I would
Yeah.
even consider, and I don't know if I'm playing him either.
And maybe their kicker.
And their punter. If punters got points,
hey, Boswell's money, bro.
but really the Rams' defense hasn't been lighting it up either. So there is some wiggle room there. But Cooper Kupp, I think Puka's a low end flex, and really with their run game with Williams being out, I wouldn't take that third string backup either. So
we're just looking at money line on this.
I think Rams win, like Dave said. It'll be closer.
I'm going
probably
Rams
lower
on
score,
this one.
but I think the Rams got a little bit more.
now, Dustin, do you have anything else to add on this?
That's it. We can
Okay.
quit talking about
All
your
right, good. I'm
Steelers.
tired.
and-
I'm washing my hands with the
Actually, I
whole
had about
situation.
8 more pages, but we'll just skip it.
Yeah, let's go on.
Let's move on to the Browns are going to Indianapolis to face the Colts.
Well, let's let Dave start out with this one. Tell us about that Browns defense, bro.
Well,
And what they did to the Niners.
The Browns defense is awesome.
That's sick.
Let's just be honest. They can cover well on the backside. They put pressure.
Myles Garrett just wreaking havoc.
Yeah,
on
He is.
everybody.
they're tough. They're tough. They're gonna all the mid-grade quarterbacks and low-end quarterbacks are getting smashed by the Browns defense, and that's what brings me to this. I mean, Richardson's out. Mustache is in.
You got it.
I mean, Pittman is going to get some passes. I mean, he's going to get 10 targets at least. But I just don't know about this Colts offense moving the ball. And I really think that Kareem Hunt is kind of set up for a good game here. And this might be the first time I've said it all year, but I think Hunt has actually earned himself a flex play.
Now, dude,
Over-
he only had
this
one
Hang on,
good game.
hang on.
Let's not
Are you
hang a
flex?
trophy on him yet.
A quick fantasy question. Are you flexing him over Ford?
This week,
Are you? Okay.
yes.
Well-
and really,
At least you're not starting Hunt and Gus Bus this week.
That's
It's
Are
getting
you?
tough over here. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's getting hard. Well, let's go ahead and hear the injuries and before we get any further.
Okay, let's see. We have Deshaun Watson still nursing that shoulder injury. He has not practiced at all this week, and he's very iffy for week 7. And sad news for Indianapolis is Anthony Richardson was placed on a season-ending injury and will not be back.
All right, so we're looking at a battle of the backups. So I think we're all can safely say we're going with defense on this game.
Yeah.
yeah, and really, I think the Browns' defense wins, and I think Hunt and Ford run the ball strong enough to get them the win. And I'm not saying they're both going to have touchdowns. I'm saying they're going to get within kicking range.
I got you.
And they might. I mean, this might be an 8 field goal game when you add up both teams.
All right, well, let me ask y'all one more fantasy question. Okay, a lot of people out there wondering, you got Zach Moss, who's been putting up big numbers. Okay, we have Jonathan Taylor, who is this third game back?
Uh-huh.
So is that going to change, or is Zach Moss still worthy of a start?
Gosh.
Well, last week we said sell the stock while it's high, and then Dustin followed it up with this might be the last good week you're going to get from Moss.
Yeah.
And I really think that is going to be the case, but
I could also go swing the other way.
that's what I'm saying.
The
But
way that
Jonathan Taylor hasn't seemed like he's in game shape or ready to go. I don't know why.
And I
they're
don't
not
think he
giving him
busted out
touches.
during Browns.
well, let me add this back in.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
It's not coming this week.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan Taylor's been back for 2 games. Okay, against Tennessee, Zach Moss 33. Last game, Zach Moss 17. So we're looking at 50 points, still put up while their number 1 running back supposedly back. I don't see them shying away from this guy.
No, I think
Yeah.
I don't.
Too much. And
Taylor
I mean,
ain't going to be getting it up. He ain't going to be doing much up the middle, and Moss is just going to. I think they're just
And I
going to
mean,
keep throwing him the ball.
you
Too.
can actually look at his stats for the whole year 20, 22, 9. He had one off game, which was against the Rams. But
He's been a lifesaver for me. He ain't really had a bad game.
33 and 17. He's the number 6 overall running back in fantasy football right now. You cannot take touches away from him.
No.
So, I mean, if anything, the trade value right there with the trade deadline coming up, like they're sitting on gold right now.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah, but the question is Moss going to be worthy of? I mean, is he going to be able to put up numbers against the Browns?
I think so.
I think because he catches so many balls.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to set him
And
apart
when he
from Jonathan
cuts
Taylor.
loose, he is gone.
Yeah, I think that's what sets him apart, and a lot of dump downs, all the pressure that's going to be put on Gardner Minshew. I think you're going to see a lot of dump downs.
Side note question: do the Bills regret getting rid of him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And dude, I saw the talent there. I don't know, like if you're a fantasy football player in the past, 3 to 4 years he's been in the league.
Yeah.
Dude's been
Give him a
great.
chance.
Dude's been great. He's been amazing. Like, why is he not the starting running back there?
After
right now?
after doing all this and missing the trade or not trading Taylor and signing him to a big deal, Moss just keeps doing what he's doing. Like,
I think the big loser in this is the Colts for not trading Taylor.
yeah.
Yes.
So
really do.
fantasy wise, we like Pittman, we like Moss.
Josh Downs is a big surprise too.
I was about to throw that in. One just low key, just player, which it looked like Anthony Richards. That was one of his favorite targets. But Minshew really targeted him last week.
Well, that's
he ended
good.
up with a touchdown, and I'm wanting to say about 4 receptions, about 30 yards.
Yeah, but
you're-
he's a boomer bust guy. I think he's more dependent on that touchdown
He is.
to be a flex play.
He is, but he has pulled in a lot of receptions
Yeah.
throughout so far. But that's kind of a stretch. Like
Yeah.
if you're looking at Dustin starting.
And I
those
think
running-
Amari Cooper, you're going to definitely need him. And I really,
that's
what's Ngannou, or no, not that's a boxer.
Njoku.
Njoku.
Njoku, yeah. I think he might be a decent play this week
Well,
in the
you're
tight end spot.
You are looking at Harrison Bryant being out, the backup tight end,
Yeah.
which does steal a lot of snaps from him. So, yeah, that's legit.
And Amari and Hunt, I think would be the guys I'm looking at for this game. And really, I think all those guys are probably worth at least a flex play at the minimum. And really, what that's going to do is that's going to push us right on down to the next one. Let's roll it right along.
Roll it.
Okay, we're going to the Bills and the Pats. But before we get into it, I wanted to tell you guys, don't forget to stop by the party store at S&M Liquors, okay? They have everything you need for all your party activities. They have a friendly staff, nice selection. Give them a shot. Go in there, check it out. We love it. We hope you will too.
Well said.
So that brings us to the Bills and the Pats. And before we hear the injury report, I want to tell you something.
I'm feeling a lock.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
I feel comfortable with
Okay.
this lock.
The Bills will beat the Patriots, and I don't have to think about it twice.
No. I think we're going to see Bailey Zappi. We might even see y'all's Louisville boy. Who's that?
Devontae.
No, Malik Cunningham.
Malik.
Oh, yeah,
we
Cunningham.
might see.
Oh, it could be a Louisville. Hold on, Pats
No.
might run wild out
Bro,
here, boys.
we might see
Malik
some
Cunningham.
Malik
Hold on,
Cunningham.
man,
It's-
now.
dude, it's getting bad.
Cunningham just got signed from the practice squad. That's
But
all.
but he was there through training camp and everything, so
You're right.
he knows the whole system.
You know how bad Mac Jones hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 3 games.
Bro, it's you know what? As a Dolphins fan, them being in our division, them beating us up for so many years, I'm loving it. But it's looking bad for Pats fans right now. What do you got on injuries, Mom?
Okay, on injuries, last week we had the big scare with Damian Harris. Had the neck injury. He's currently in concussion protocol, but he is out for week 7. They said he's home from the hospital and resting comfortably right now.
That's a relief to everybody.
Yeah. And then Mr. Josh Allen hurt that throwing shoulder this past week. He is considered today, but he said he's going to play this week.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, he ain't gonna keep playing.
That boy ain't missing a game. If anybody's
Yeah.
playing through an injury, it's him.
He's husky. He's good.
Yeah,
That's
it.
it. So is that all we got?
Yeah, because Dalton Kincaid, he cleared concussion protocol, will be back.
A lot of people. Drew's loving that one right there.
Yeah.
Because old boy was looking for a tight end.
Yeah.
And
so-
I almost traded him one today just because he didn't know.
Now, I've got a serious topic here I want to talk about just briefly, and it's kind of sad and it's kind of controversial at the same time.
Oh shit.
Is it time for Bill to go?
I knew you was going to say that.
Is it time for Bill Belichick to go? He's an all-time coach, and you're going to say, well, you should let him coach as long as he wants to. But is it so bad that you're going to just have to fire him? That's to
For
me
my
the
Louisville
time.
people,
Yeah.
are we getting into the Denny Crum stages of Bill Belichick's career?
I think I'm hoping that Bill Belichick just finds it in his heart to step down, and they don't have to do that.
Yeah, I do too.
It'll be something like that.
But-
And I think after this season, we might see it, guys.
And Bill, he's getting good draft picks. He's hitting the ball on defensive players, but he's striking out on these offensive players. And last year, Bill Belichick drafted 3 guards and 2 kickers.
You was telling me
Okay.
this earlier, and it
And
totally.
I feel like Bill plays actually does try to play money ball.
it actually.
And I think it's caught up with him.
I think it totally blew my mind when you told me that earlier. So
everybody in New England and all the surrounding states know they need offensive help. They need some 3 guards and a kicker is not going to do it.
Yeah, you can't just keep hitting gold with people like Edelman and.
Well, he's thinking Tom Brady. Okay, if he builds an offensive line, he's thinking that offensive line really did it. But really, it was Tom Brady, and Tom Brady made every wideout. He made every running back he ever had, and it showed in Tampa Bay until they lost their line. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Tom Brady needed it.
And what happened with Bill is Robert Kraft was picking these players. But I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. It was after the Brady thing. Or, no, it was before Brady left. I think that's why Brady left. They gave Bill Belichick full control. He's got too much power. There's nobody to tell him no. He's picking 3 kickers.
Well, his
2
whole
kickers
staff
and
is
3
friends and
guards
family, too.
Yeah, and so I really think that it's finally caught up with him. And it's really it's downhill from here unless he makes serious coordinator changes, gets somebody with an offensive eye for talent that can bring some offensive players in there, and then you're going to have to start moving people around. And honestly, I don't think these players have a market.
I mean,
I don't think you're going to trade anybody.
There's nobody on New
at-
England's team.
at this
"Oh,
point,
shit,
though, what does
I
Bill
need him."
Belichick need to prove?
He
The
doesn't
only-
need to prove anything.
the-
But I would tell you this: in Boston, they ain't going to put up with losing.
No, hell no,
They're not
not
going to stand for it for too
not
long.
after not after what he gave
Look,
him.
the old ball coach gave them several rings, and I know they're happy, and he's probably the greatest coach that ever coached football.
Yeah, maybe he gets one more year, but we need to grace
Is
our ballot.
is
The
he though?
times have changed. You can't if it's an offensive league now. It's a passing league. Bill Belichick is the relic who doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to adapt to the 3-point line, and the game passes him by.
That's
right?
a Denny Crum thing. But dude, I totally get it. But do you think that maybe he's only hanging in there because Tom Brady won a Super Bowl without him?
He's trying to prove that he won the divorce.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Did Tom Brady make Belichick, or did Belichick make Tom Brady, or are they just that great?
I think it was a good mutual.
I
at
think
the
it was a
time.
mutual thing, and Belichick has a sub 500 record.
Well,
without
let me tell you
Brady.
something. Us men have egos, and
Yeah.
I think that's getting in the way of it. And I mean, he's just holding. He needs to hang them up.
Yeah,
does.
I'm with you there. Okay, that's kind of a bummy topic, and I really wasn't expecting. To get
That's
into
probably
that,
on
but-
everybody's mind, so it's probably a good thing you brought it up.
We could hit some bet notes real
Yeah.
quick. Cheer you
So
up.
we've already locked in the Bills. Take the spread, and Dustin, I know you've got something else for us over here. What?
Yeah, like I said, Patriots haven't, or Mac Jones, we'll just put it on his shoulders, hasn't thrown a touchdown in 3 games. Pats are 1-5 against the spread this year. They've scored 20 points one time this year. I feel completely safe taking the Bills minus the points in this game.
Fantasy-wise, I guess we're starting Bills with confidence. And who are we starting on the Patriots
Well,
side?
hold on a minute.
What's up? All right, bring it.
Really, who for the Bills other than Diggs are you really?
I mean, I think James Cook's a good start this week with Damian Harris out. I think that's a solid. You got Dalton Kincaid. I would probably
Gabe
start
Davis.
him as far as Dave Davis had a down
Is
game
Kincaid
last
back?
week. He is. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you can start him with not confidence, but I mean with bye weeks coming up right now, you can definitely start him.
Yeah.
But with Gabe Davis, he did have an off game, but he's put up some 20-point games behind that.
That's Gabe's. That's his forte.
And I think a lot of that Buffalo struggle last week was due to the Giants coach. Help me out here, Dave.
Brian Dayball.
Dayball, who knows all about Josh Allen. And I think
Of course, the
that,
Bills defense. I mean, that's auto start,
but I think it was a total breakdown as far as that goes. So I
Well,
think
and their offense has struggled, and really they've had a lot of woes on the offense.
so
But
on the
I don't think it's enough to have me or anybody else pick the Patriots to win this game.
No.
The Patriots might not score a touchdown.
no.
You know, so I really
so are y'all? Do y'all think
it-
the under's a lock?
On how many points?
I like the under. I wouldn't say it's a lock.
What is you got it? You got it up over there?
I got it
No,
right here.
it was looking at it earlier. It's like
I got it right here. It is
49 or
the Patriots are plus 8.5.
what's the over under?
Oh, over under is 41.
41. Woo, I was way off.
I think you'd safely take the under. I really do because a lot of those points.
Well,
all
that's kind of low. I would stay away from 41. If it was 45 or more,
I'm dude.
49. I don't know.
I'm kind of.
'Cause I could see the Bills getting to like 31 and just kind of chilling. And
Yeah,
then the
I'm kind of touching
Patriots
on what you
making two
just
field
said.
goals.
yeah.
I'm touching on what you just said. I mean, we could see another goose egg out of the Patriots.
Well, I said that it wouldn't score a touchdown,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean they won't kick 2 or 3 field goals.
But I mean, okay, on Patriots side of the ball, what are we looking at starting? Stevenson.
I think, would be the only guy for the Patriots that I'm even interested.
I'm thinking
in.
of a long shot with all the bye weeks coming in this week.
Has
Bourne.
Hunter Henry faded into non-existence?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think at this
he had
point-
the one game though.
I think they're trying to kind of hold them in to block. I'm thinking Kendrick Bourne would be.
Oh, Bourne, he had a good game.
And he's been kind
last
of
week.
not consistent, but he's put up some decent games. I think as far as the Patriots receivers, if you're looking for a long shot,
Yeah, it's tough sledding over there.
it really is.
So that pretty much covers the fantasy aspects. Dustin, you have anything to add?
I'm good. I'm good with
Okay.
that game. Should just be a beat
Well,
down.
let's just keep rolling.
With
right
that being
along.
said, the Patriots cover and everybody loses their money.
Commanders are going to New York to face the G-Men. And really, I am going to stay away from this game with my wagering this week. I really don't like anything about it except for the under. But before we get too deep into it, let's check in with the football mom and see if we have any injuries.
All right. We got Daniel Jones still nursing that neck injury. He's only been cleared to throw the ball, but he's not been cleared for contact.
The Giants are so happy right now. They're like, Tyrod Taylor.
That's it, darling.
All right, what else you got?
That's it. There's nothing on the Washington side at all.
I think this is a clear-cut shot. A lot of people are probably looking at this game like Washington ain't done much, Giants ain't done much, but Sam Howell. Sam Howell has been
Me and you love Sam Howell.
I think we're looking at the consistency as far as maybe fantasy relevance go. I mean, you're looking at a 20-24, 6-point game, which was against Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was a 4-interception game. But then you're looking at 22, 30, and 20.
3 TDs last week.
So, I mean, the man's consistent. He has weapons. He has a backfield. Brian Robinson Jr. I mean, dude's legit. You give him 15
I like
carries
the
a game.
Commanders in a couple years being pretty good.
Yeah, I see this being, exactly what you just said. A couple of years, they might be running.
Next
that
year,
division.
maybe make a bold Dave lock them in the playoffs next year.
Dude, I was wanting to lock them this year just because of Sam Howell,
Yeah.
but I'm staying away from that. Just because they just got to get to get going a little bit more. But on the Giants side of the ball, I'm looking at Barkley. I actually benched him in a couple of my leagues. I wanted to see what he did when he got back. 24 carries last week.
It looks like he's about
Yeah.
that life again.
Okay,
He's ready to roll.
24 carries.
Yeah.
So you're starting him with confidence. He had 93 yards last week. He had 5 receptions, all 5 targets. He's catching all the balls coming to him. Tyrod Taylor's
He's basically
looking for
their
him.
offense in a nutshell.
Well, honestly, if that is the Giants' only hope this week for a win, is that Barkley is stronger than
Barkley
the rest,
outscores Hal.
Well, it's the defense. Washington's defense, they haven't been putting up the greatest numbers, but they have some playmakers. And if they can kind of keep Barkley under wraps, then I think they have no problem winning. If Barkley gets loose, I think the Giants, that's their avenue for a victory.
Well, here's a good thing to check. Commanders' defense last week, 5 sacks and held Bijan Robinson to 37 yards. Do they hold Saquon to 37?
I don't see it just because Saquon versus Buffalo last week. That was actually another big reason why I benched him. He was coming off the injury, playing Buffalo. I mean, 93 yards don't sound like a lot, but you had the 5 receptions in off 24 carries. And if you're like Dustin's league, I think they give
0.25 a carry.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at that, I mean, that's some good points right there. So, I mean, you're definitely starting Barkley anyways if he's playing.
Well, I think the Giants players are being a little tickled because they actually get a play. You know, you got Daniel Jones thinks
She
he's got to
loves
make
Daniel
every damn
Jones.
play.
Hey!
on.
This has come from a woman out of the same division as a Philly fan. So, but she is hating on Daniel. But I do too. I think
do
it's
too.
I think it's ridiculous.
You've got. You know, they were leaning so strongly on getting Darren Waller to do something, but he can't do nothing if he don't get the ball thrown to him.
And I think it kind of brings us to another one. Is a long shot for me is Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, right.
Wan'Dale Robinson had 8 receptions last week.
I think Taylor puts a little life back in this team.
He
too,
does.
I don't
I
know
mean,
why, but
It might be a lot of short balls, but you had 8 receptions for 50 yards. You know,
he
that's
was 24 for 36 last week.
I mean, if you look at that, that's a solid flex
That
play.
sounds like a solid flex play.
Right.
Yeah.
And we covered all the fantasy guys.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me ask you, Brian, who are you picking? If you were forced to bet this game,
Giants are getting a point and a half.
I'm taking. I want to call them. I'm trying to think of the name.
Commanders.
It ain't the skin.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm taking Commanders definitely.
are you going money line or are you going to take your point and a
I'm
half?
going money line because, dude, I've always had this soft spot for Tyrod Taylor, and dude, he can bring a game if he wants to.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm taking money line. on
Dustin?
this.
Same boat. Commanders, their defense and offense is better.
Yeah, I think the only avenue is for Barkley to get loose, and if he does, Giants could pull it out. But I'm going Commanders money line. But also, I did tell you, I warned you, stay away from this one. This game could wreck your parlay. So
100%.
right. So let's avoid that. Let's go ahead and move to our next game, which is going to bring us to another lock.
Uh-oh.
This is the Raiders are going to Chicago to play the Bears. And I'm going to tell you
What a
right now,
game.
lock it in. The Raiders win this game.
Definitely.
I ain't gonna give you any pushback.
Well,
I normally do, but I'm not giving you shit on this one.
I gotta take the under on this too.
oh
Raiders
yes,
and the under.
definitely. I wrote that in my
The
notes
under
for
on
sure.
it?
This is an under. This game has under written all over it.
Before I say this, I'm
what are
gonna
y'all
go
at?
to,
37 and a half right now.
Let's go to Fantasy Mom real quick before I lock in my under.
All right, we got quarterback injuries on both sides. We got Jimmy Garoppolo dealing with that back issue that he's having. They're just seeing how he's going to progress throughout the weeks, but it's not a lock that he's going to play. With Justin Fields, he had that hand injury on his throwing hand. He got a dislocated thumb. They were able to pop it back in place, but he's not been able to hold on to the ball, so he's very unlikely to play.
I got you. So
That's what kind of led me to the under on this.
okay.
Probably
man.
2 backups playing.
It kind of makes sense. So we're kind of leaning on running games during this, and I think we have a bunch of running backs out too. So I'm taking Justin Jacobs or Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, and really, gosh, I lost his name now. The end for the Raiders.
Max Crosby.
Max Crosby has
Oh,
been
dude.
playing so good. He's been unblockable lately.
I'm trying to look up
And-
right now who this rookie quarterback is for the Bears. Can y'all help me any on that?
The Bears, yeah, coming
Bear.
right up.
All right.
But
It is Tyson Bennett,
Okay.
Gent.
All right.
Benoit?
I just want to add last week, I mean, this guy actually kept them in the game after Justin Fields left. He actually brought them back and made it a competitive game. So, Justin Fields.
Does he help keep DJ Moore rolling?
Justin Fields, watch out.
Yeah, really,
I just,
but
I just
also-
want to say.
the young quarterbacks, that pressure bothers them more than anything most of the time. And
100%.
this is going to be the game where I think the Bears are going to struggle to move the ball. And I think the Raiders' defense is going to play well enough to get it done against the Bears. And really, when you're looking at all these players for your weekly lineups for fantasy and whatnot, I really do like Jacobs, and honestly, you kind of have to start Adams because he's
You
one
got
of the
to.
best
Yeah.
receivers in the league.
Jacoby Myers.
And I think Jacoby Myers is another
right.
strong play. But really, when you're looking at the Bears, I mean, I would probably go
Moore.
DJ Moore, and I'm moving DJ from a starter down to a low end flex this week.
Yeah, we'll have to see him with because they were rolling there for a minute.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking to Foreman. What y'all think of him last week? He had about 14 carries. He did 67 yards. So
I think you could. I'd feel
against
I'd
this
still feel
Raiders,
comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, against this Raiders defense.
Once again, I know we say it every week, but I mean every game. But when you get into this heavy of buys, I mean
Yeah.
a dude like that, yeah, it's just
Because I mean,
it's almost
actually
a strong play. This
I actually picked him up and threw him into a league last week. So he may be someone to look at. I'm just throwing it out there.
So
Well, so what running back are they going to go with? Because Rashawn Johnson still has not cleared concussion protocol.
And then that's why I was just talking about Foreman because I see Foreman as a starter again this
yeah,
week.
I think he's
Yeah.
a solid play this week.
So
actually.
I mean, but he didn't get a lot of the catches. I don't think anybody knows who did because he's such a no-namer.
Yeah.
And fantasy relevance, it's not going to make a difference. So
yeah, I don't know that he's earned his way into a flex play yet. That's a wait and see. in my book.
touch wise though, you may be able to plug and play Foreman this week.
Yeah, okay. If you have to buy a week and you're desperate, you
Yeah.
might look that way.
Another thing, if you're a money line guy, I think you can feel safe taking the points. The Raiders minus the points. The Bears are 1-5 this year against the spread.
There you go.
Well,
I heard it first here.
yeah. So we're just gonna keep rolling.
Roll it
We're
because
gonna
there
roll
ain't
it.
there's
I
not
can't
there ain't
wait
much
to
in
not
that
watch
game.
that game.
Exactly.
The Fal-
I'm hoping
Me too.
I'm waiting for this one game coming
the
up.
Falcons are going to travel to Tampa Bay to play the Bucks,
There we go.
and this might be another low scoring affair. But before we get too deep into it, we're going to check in with the football mom and see if we have any injuries in that regard.
And what
The
team are we
Bucks and the Falcons, and the Bucks are at home, and their defense has been playing up pretty good, and Mayfield's been okay at times. They showed some little bits of spurt. The Falcons' defense has been playing really good, but their offense, all they can do is run the ball. So that's going to come down to can they run the ball? And against the Bucks, I don't know that they can.
All right. Well, we've got Baker Mayfield. He got that left hand contusion. His X-rays were negative, and they say he may play week 7, but it's not locked in. So if he don't play, are we going to have to rely on Kyle Trask?
I don't
the
think
Florida guy.
Big Kyle Trask guy.
All right. Well, I don't think they have a strong enough running game to support Kyle Trask. So I'm going back to the Falcons, but I'm looking at this as Tyler Algier and we have Robinson. They're split carries almost every week.
Yeah.
Like last week, we're looking at 13 and 13. You got Algier actually outrushing him 51-37, but Robinson is actually getting the receptions. Mm-hmm. So I mean, flex worthy both of them.
I think there's value there for Robinson with the catches, and I just don't know that Algier's going to have the best game because the Bucks have been stingy. they'll run the ball and hold it from you, and they also have weapons in the passing game. And whether it's Trask or whether it's Baker, I still think either way they're going to win this game. And I'm not going to lock it in. I'm not even going to bet it. I'm staying away from this one.
So who you
But
taking?
The Bucks.
You're taking the Bucks.
Yes.
Low key, they could probably have one of the best linebacking cores. I'm just.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I will
I'm not
tell
putting
you,
them up to the Niners, but I'm
I
just
had a
saying
hard
it's-
time picking this one. This was one that I kind of skipped over before I picked the winner and went back to because I struggled with who was going to come out here because the Falcons' defense has been playing pretty good. I think well enough to keep them in the game. But can they get points and can they run the ball with that zone run
Dave?
against the Redskins?
I got some stuff that might make you want to lock this in.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right. This is for the NFC top 2 teams. Who wins this will be number 1 in the NFC. Brian, I've been doing my homework. NFC South.
There we go. Oh,
As a matter of fact.
nice.
All right. Ritter, last week, 3 picks. Tampa Bay's only 2 losses this year. Eagles and the Lions. Not
Yeah.
too bad teams to lose to. Tampa Bay is a +6 turnover differential.
There you go.
Ritter has 6 picks on the year. Tampa Bay 15 sacks on the season. That's third most in the NFL. I feel comfortable locking in Tampa Bay in this game
You know,
at Tampa.
God, yeah.
this is a tough one,
killing
and the
me.
Tampa's at home. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to lean on my man Dustin here, and Dave is going to lock it in. We're going to pop and lock.
Here we go. All right, Brian, rebuttal time.
I feel like I'm on the outside of this every time, but I'm taking the strong running game. I think the strong running game is going to keep any Bucks, all those big time wide receivers they got, Godwin, Evans, who's ever throwing in the ball. I think the running game's really going to come alive this week. I think Ritter's going to do just enough. I'm giving it to the Falcons.
And they monopolize that ball.
They do. They really do.
Yeah.
And I'm old school. I'm running game. And I
Sound
like what they're
Bill
doing.
Belichick over here.
Yeah.
Easy. But I like what they're doing. And I mean, given the opportunity, they're going to be there at the end of the game, and that running game is going to bring them there. It ain't going to be Ritter.
Okay.
All about clock management.
It
baby.
is.
I hear
And
you.
with both of those running backs, the dump downs, you got Smith, you got Pitts, London.
Pitts had a good game,
Bro.
finally.
Bro, he's been bringing London out big time.
So
I mean-
Pitts and London are you saying that they are flex worthy?
I
Oh,
think
God, dude. London last week.
London is a great grab on daily leagues too.
I mean,
he's still pretty cheap.
Every week, like I did the whole 0 wide receiver thing, so I've got all running backs, and I went with London in my later picks, and every week he has progressed, and
Yeah.
I think Ritter's really just taking it. London last week, 9 receptions, 125 yards, touchdown.
Yeah, but who'd they play? The
They played
Commanders.
The
Washington.
Commanders, which has I mean, I'm not going to call it a stout defense, but
Yeah, their
Yeah,
defense
we
is
was
nowhere
just-
near as good as the Bucks, and I think that might be the difference here.
I'm
And
trying to think. Hang on, because the Commanders have. I'm not going to call him a lockdown corner, but they have a very stout corner. And y'all keep on talking because I'm looking this up.
okay, that's fine. And really, the Bucks, they've been playing solid on defense, and like Dustin said earlier, the only teams they're giving it up to are the Eagles and
Lions.
and the Lions, which are two of the best offenses in the leagues. And I know the Eagles haven't shown it at times; they've kind of struggled offensively a little bit. I think they've taken. It's fair to say they've taken a step back, but they're still the Eagles. They still have a roster, and they're still whipping you on the line. So I really think that the Buccaneers are going to win this game. I'm going with Dustin here. Let's just lock it in and take the Bucks. I'm going to say money line for sure.
Hey! I got it. Kendall Fuller
Yeah.
was on Drake London all last week. He threw up 9 receptions, 125 yards.
he ain't no joke.
There you go. All right, I want to throw that out there.
But I mean, I really kind of like the Bucks running back in this game.
Rashad White.
White, I think he would be a strong start, and really, I think Evans is a strong play. Godwin's been playing okay at times. I mean, they're up and down, both of them, depending on the matchup. But
I think it depends on the quarterback too. So.
yeah, but it's easy to throw the ball to Mike Evans.
Yeah.
You know, you get it within a garage door radius, and he's going to catch it.
Yeah, he gets my Madden term, just tap square. Goes, okay.
I like it. I like it.
So I don't think there's much really to talk about here. Robinson's a start. Algiers maybe a low end flex. I might bench him this week. I think London's a solid start. Pitt's been playing better. I need to see more though. I'm gonna let that cake bake a little bit before I trust him.
I like that.
The Bucks really White's a good start to both the receivers. And that's about it, I think, in this game.
I think Smith. I'm starting him this week.
Jonnu
tight
Smith?
end.
Yeah, I like
He's
it.
been playing well too.
Pitts,
That's a
Pitts did really take off last week.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
So, but I think the touchdown set him over the top of Smith. But other than that, I think Smith has overtaken.
We're
Pitts.
weirdly saying you could start 2 tight ends in Atlanta. In a
Oh
week.
no!
Jesus.
In the passing game. In the passing game.
We just lost half the viewers.
yes.
Okay, let's just move away from this game then, and let's move to the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals going to go
This
up
is
to
the game I've been
Seattle,
waiting for.
and they're going to try to give Seattle the business. They're not going to be able to. You can go ahead and lock in the Seahawks this week as one of my lock picks. Put it in your parlay. It's easy money. Brian, I know you got something to say about this game. I just want just get it out. Just go ahead.
I'm throwing the shout out because this lady's been following us and she's been keeping up with us. And I actually gave her the info to take this as her lock of the week in her survivor pool.
Eliminator, yeah.
So, Mom, what's her name?
Miss Sharon.
Miss Sharon.
Shout
And
outs again.
that's
What's up,
it.
Sharon?
And Sharon's still in. Sharon ain't bought back in.
Yeah,
She's
Brian said
still-
it was a 24-man league.
And
Yeah.
she's down
Down
to
to six?
6.
It's down to 6, and she hasn't lost again.
And that's
And,
with the rebuy, one rebuy, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, and her old man's still sitting back watching. Bro, you should have listened to us.
So, okay. On that regard, do you have someone in mind you're giving her this week, or are we going to wait on that?
Well, she's actually taking the Seahawks on the win, but
Okay. Okay.
But
we
I
like it.
think you can confidently the Cardinals have a low key good defense, right? But in this game, you're at Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Am I looking at it right? You're at Seattle. I mean, Seattle, you're starting them with confidence.
Yeah, I think Cardinals started off like, oh man, dude, they've dropped 3 in a row, and I think the Magic's
kind
of gone.
but
Well-
I think Mom actually is going to tell us something about Murray.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you know what? I'm not going to steal
Let's
your
get
thunder
into
2
it.
weeks in a
Dave
row.
likes.
I'm not going to
Dave
do
waits
it.
to the
I'm not
biggest
gonna do it.
announcement. Like, hold on,
Yeah.
fantasy mom. Let me
There we
break
go.
this.
Pick
one
him
down.
up in all leagues.
All right, everybody, get ready. Those who have had quarterbacks falling down on you, we got
sucks.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has been activated off IR, and he is now in his 21-day practice window.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the thing, the 21 days. So don't expect him to play this week or next week.
well, honey, he's had a year off. He should be ready to roll.
God, he should.
Well,
but he's
I
not.
think
He's not.
per the rules, he has to play within so many days, but he has
Well,
to.
Right.
he has 21 days before the team has to put him back on IR, right?
Right.
Yes.
So-
So he has to play within these 21 days, and I think they have to get him in game shape and game
Yeah,
ready.
and-
You know he's not doing his
Yeah,
homework.
I mean,
he's
he
at home
has-
playing video games, eating potato chips.
That's it. And he has 21 days to be activated to the 53-man roster. So.
Yeah, he's a big. What, is
Or-
a Call of Duty guy?
Yeah, I think it's Call of Duty. I think that's what I heard. But I know
But-
he's
been
been in a
looking
lot
at-
of hot water for
Yeah.
playing video games
been
and not
looking at
doing
that
his
playbook.
homework. Because
That's
the
it,
Arizona
'cause-
Cardinals, believe it or not, would track his computer to see how often he was doing his homework. We'll just call it, and he wasn't.
The man probably should have went into MLB. I'm just saying.
I don't think the story's written. I think we're still in the
I think it's
beginning stages of the story.
I think it's written. But we'll go ahead and see what else he's got to give us. But I don't see a lot coming there. What do you got? Any other injuries?
No, that's it, actually. There's none on the Seahawks side.
So that kind of tells you right there. We're looking at Seahawks as
Wait a
a
minute, is Connor?
Connor's out.
Yeah,
Connor.
okay.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
he's an IR.
IR. So we're looking at Seahawks right now as a -7.5. That's you taking the points, Dustin?
Eat the points.
I think you can feel good. Yeah.
Yeah, you eat the points here because really, I don't see the Cardinals really putting up much of a fight. I think the Seattle's defense has been playing I'm not going to say they've been playing great,
They're
but
getting
they've
a little
been
better.
The
playing.
corners are just. I
Yeah.
love the corners.
They've
There.
been playing intense though.
The corners,
they're-
the middle linebacker.
They're hitting people. They're getting each other up and excited.
And I think after that tough loss last week to the Bengals, I think
That was. Oh, dude, that game was hard to
bounce
It was
watch.
a hard game. Yeah.
bounce back.
It was definitely, and they're at home right now, so they actually have a 12th man.
And I
just
see
wanna
that
throw out
offense starting to click on all cylinders coming the rest of the season. Metcalf.
I just want to
Lockett
throw in
putting
a
up more
note
numbers.
that, like, out of all the stuff that goes on, Geno Smith, like, kudos to him for
Yeah.
reviving his career and just bringing it back. 'Cause
Yeah.
I saw nothing out of that man, and dude,
Yep.
in Seattle, it's just it's a system,
Dude,
You
yeah,
gotta
it-
find your system.
It led to one of the best trades in NFL history.
It really
Yeah.
did, and dude, with the running game, I mean, you're starting Seattle players like crazy
Yeah.
this week. I mean,
Yeah,
you could really
Walker's
start.
easy go.
Oh, he is.
And last week I misspoke. I said that Lockett had started slow, but has really been playing well the last 3 weeks. And I was really talking about DK Metcalf, but that was last week. Okay,
Yeah.
now he's had a couple slow games, and I think Metcalf needs to get it going. And this might be the game to do it.
I see all three: Walker, Lockett, and Metcalf. I think you can start all three with confidence this week.
That one, and I think that you can really. I had a guy ask me earlier who to let go on his bench, and your third wide receiver coming out of Ohio State.
Yeah, rookie. We won't even butcher his
Smith,
name.
Smith Najigbu.
We'll take it.
I thought I'll take it. Okay, but I was like, I think I would let him go because they're targeting Lockett and they're targeting Metcalf,
Yeah.
and they're running the ball way too much for him.
Well,
to get
now there
any
was a
targets.
lot of hype around him, and some of it, believe it or not, I know you didn't hear it because it wasn't published, but I was saying it before the preseason. Don't buy into the preseason. Don't believe the hype. It's preseason. These guys are playing to make the team, and they're playing against other guys that are trying to make the team, okay? So it's not
Well, bro,
the end-all, be-all.
I think they really drafted him just because of Lockett. I mean, Lockett's coming to, I'm not going to say the end of his career, but he could probably be replaced with him, right?
Yeah, and Lockett is. He's like,
That's it.
31 or something?
It's that. And they're keeping Metcalf. Smith is going to come in there. So I think right now you can safely let him go and venture other options.
Unless you're in a dynasty type of league where
100%.
you know this is a guy that will pay
Yeah,
off
he's a
down
great
the
kid,
road.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
down the
this
road,
year.
yeah.
We don't see much from him this year.
Cardinals
barring
side.
injury.
Cardinal side. Hollywood Brown, is that all we're giving them? That's all I'm giving them.
Yeah, I think it's a tough play too.
I think it is too. I really don't. I'm not playing one Cardinal this week. They don't make They don't make.
We'll say it again. It
flex
is a big
play.
bye week, but yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But
Well, that's true. If you're desperate, but man, if you are desperate, I'm gonna tell you something. My prayers are with you.
That's it.
Because this in the Cardinals is not the team to hope.
I mean, but I'm just looking off last game, and it's been a trend. Hollywood Brown had 11 targets. He might only have caught 4 of those for 34 yards, but the man's getting targets, so he may be a good low end flex. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna push right into this next game. We're going to the Denver. The Broncos are gonna invite in the Packers to play a little foosball. And I'll be honest with you, this game I'm gonna stay away from. But I will tell you, I think the Packers win, and the only reason I say the Packers win is they had a bye week last week. They had more time to prepare. They had more plays they can script in that kind of situation. And really, let's be honest, the Broncos, they just haven't been playing well.
I can't even look nothing up on my computer on this game.
yeah,
It'll probably break your computer.
Just for the simple fact that the only person I'm really looking at in this game, because I'm wanting to say Aaron Jones, like I'm going to leave it. Mom, what do you got?
All right. Aaron Jones still nursing that hamstring. He did have some partial participation, but unsure if he will play for week 7.
All right, that brings me back to my point. Okay, A.J. Dillon has been. I'm not going to say a bust because where you probably drafted him, he's not a bust. But Christian Watson, really, on the offensive side of the ball for the Packers, that's all you're going.
yeah.
He really showed us signs of life. On the Broncos side of the ball, what are we looking at?
I don't have any injuries with the Broncos.
They
Do
had Williams back last week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he didn't look great, but he ran hard, and I thought.
He met his over 36 yards. For,
Well, yeah. So keep an eye on that as far as your individual plays there on your little same game parlays and what have you. But really, this game is going to come down to field goals, if you ask me.
That's
It's gonna
it.
come down
That's
to
one.
field goals.
Butte in Mile
And
High.
100%.
this could be a touchdownless game that is 12-9 or 12-6.
This could
you
be-
know?
I kind of like Denver in this just because I watched them play last week because it was on Thursday night. They didn't look too bad against the Chiefs. Shot themselves in the foot a bunch, but I don't know. I
I'm
probably
looking-
won't bet this game nor watch this game.
I'm
My
looking at the-
question is, does Patrick Surtain, is he still hurt?
I don't know.
We'll
That
have to
one-
look that up because if he played, that
Mom,
would
you
make a
got that one
difference
right.
because
I'm
Surtain
trying
is
to-
like, I think when you're looking at he's easily the top 4 cornerback in the league.
100%. Yeah.
He's a
and-
difference maker. He's not and the Broncos defense hasn't been playing the greatest in the world, but he's been the one bright spot.
Well, I think that could just for fantasy owners, that could be the am I benching Watson? Am I starting him flex? Am I going with Reed or am I going with Dobbs?
Yeah.
So, but on the Broncos side of the ball, like I'm looking at it, and I've looked at it throughout the weeks. Okay, Williams, 10 carries, 52 yards. Okay, run the ball,
Yeah.
Dude,
run the
5
damn.
yards of carry. Let's give it to him.
and
Run.
their other dude, Denver's other running
Mom,
back. They
who's
both
that?
look good against the Chiefs. It's just like, dude, run it a little bit more.
okay.
Denver's running back, Jamil McLaughlin.
There you go.
Well, that's
Okay,
it.
so
Well, how come
that,
we can't remember that?
and if you sprinkle in a little P Ryan,
Yeah.
okay, you have 3 capable running backs. Run the ball, sprinkle in a little bit of Wilson in there because you do have the wideouts.
Yeah.
Although y'all did see the whole Steve Smith, Jerry Judy thing, I just want to throw that out.
Well,
there.
before the game, it got brought up
Hey,
that
Steve
Judy,
Smith wasn't wrong.
No,
no,
Steve
no,
Smith wasn't
100%. No, he
The
wasn't.
Judy
Judy,
and Frank
step it
Clark
up.
were
We're
both
saying
looking
it
to
too.
leave.
Do
Yeah.
something.
I'm
Do
just,
something about it.
I'm actually one of those people. I don't like to can on players, but Steve Smith was 100%, and hopefully he lit a fire under his ass because I got him on one of my teams.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the talent. I don't know.
Jerry
if it-
Judy has got a lot of talent. I mean,
Yeah.
he has a talent to be a top 10 receiver. And he has some legitimate gripes, but we all do. Look, I mean, you can't be an adult and not have something to complain about. Nobody wants to hear it.
But
Yeah.
I think
You
we
know,
can all
it's
look at
true.
this game, especially you all as Louisville fans, as far as the number 1 corner on the Packers. Give it to me.
Jair Alexander.
There you go. So, I mean, are we starting any Broncos wide receivers in this game?
I think.
Well, really,
I think you have to
Sutton-
start Sutton and Judy
Yeah.
from where you drafted them in
Well, I mean,
this week.
but I'm
with
looking.
confidence.
I'm looking that you don't really have a number 1 receiver there. So Alexander really not shadowing nobody. He's just taking who comes to his side.
Well, and Sutton and I can't say for Judy, but Sutton has played well recently. Does that continue? I think so. And if I was going to play Sutton, I'm playing him in the flex.
You're
I think
playing
he's a strong flex play this week. Jerry Judy, a lot of turmoil. I got to wait and see on that.
Okay,
I want to
so-
see what's going to happen.
So-
And really, you piss your quarterback off enough, he might go Aaron Rodgers on you, and you'll be over there with 0 targets, and Sutton will
Yeah.
have 15.
So all the listeners are hearing, let's start Sutton, let's bench Judy.
Yes.
If they actually decide to give the running back some carries, let's go Williams.
Yeah,
I think Williams
mean,
has a chance to be a good solid flex play.
Okay, and then
That's
on
the
the
ceiling though this week.
on the Packer side of the ball, we're going Watson. Dylan, you kind of got to, right? He's the only guy there. If Aaron Jones don't play, we're
it
starting
was
Dylan.
Jones. God, I forget so many words. Were
Yeah,
said.
he's out.
Is he game time or is he out?
He's going to be game time, I'd say.
Pretty much game time.
All right.
So we're starting Dylan. We're not starting him with confidence. You're starting him in the flex. So
Low end flex, so he's a 12-point guy.
So we're looking at the Broncos right now as a +1 of 45 under. Are y'all going? What do y'all?
I like Denver at home in this. I'm
taking under
after
on the
we talked
points.
I
about
like
this.
the under at 45. If it was 42 or 1, I might not. But
I had Green Bay money line written down. I don't know. I kind of wanting Denver +1 at home.
Ooh,
there you go.
there you go.
Home field does mean something.
Dave, give me the game, dog. Give me the game.
Okay, we're going to move along. we're going to move along. I've got something I want to talk about. It's a little controversial, but it's also, it just made my lock of the week.
Don't
The
even do
Chargers will beat the Kansas City Chiefs at home. I said it right here first. Brian, tell me why I'm wrong.
It ain't the game I thought. I can see it actually happening 100%. Nico Hardman just got traded to the back to the Chiefs. He's probably not. He may play this week because he already knows the offensive scheme. But I could totally see that. But Chargers cannot finish a game.
Well,
They can
check this
keep
out,
it
check
right
this out.
there.
All 3 losses this year combined, 8 points. 6 games going all the way back to last year have been about 3 points or less. So they're right there. They ain't got the close.
well, it's just like Minnesota did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They lost a bunch of one-score, 3-point type of games.
And then they bounce
And
back.
then the following year, they had the same amount of close games, but now they're winning them.
And then guess what they're doing this year?
They're
Back
yeah,
to
they're
losing
back
those
to
games.
losing.
Dude, I can jump on your boat with this one, and I totally hope it happens because I'm taking Chargers over the Chiefs too. But you have Patrick Mahomes on the other side.
Yeah.
And that
It's
is
at home. Taylor Swift's going to be there. The script's already
I'm
written.
so
It's
tired of
rigged.
hearing
Oh,
about
no, he
her.
said it. He said it. He
Dude.
said it. Do we have any injuries in this game, Mom?
Hey, we before we get into that, I just want to say we love Tay Tay and all of her fans too. So y'all give us a listen.
Oh, yeah.
But we love
We're talking
Travis.
football, baby.
Travis is more.
Don't want to
dog.
piss them people off.
Yeah. So
This is why Travis.
all right. So the
Travis
football
Kelce's
mom's
awesome.
mom's gonna give you the injury report.
Okay, the only one we have is still with Justin Herbert and that left hand. But honey, he's been scoring just as much as he did
All right,
before he hurt it.
He's not throwing with that left hand. He's just
No.
holding on to the ball.
Well, hopefully, and he's not taking the ball under center.
So we're looking at we got 48 points in this game. We got the Chiefs as a negative 5.5.
I honestly,
I mean, everybody knows who to start in this game. I don't even
I
think
would
we
take
need to
the
say it.
over. In this one, I think I like the over at 49. Really, if it was much more than that, I probably wouldn't. And the Chiefs might not. The problem with this game is the Chiefs' offense have been struggling. The Chiefs' offense have been struggling. They really need to get on the phone and do some work before this trade deadline, and they're one piece away from being back to that contender they
It
were.
could
And
be Miko, but I don't think
think
that's it.
Miko's the answer.
No, they need a solidified one.
But
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Mom, the football mom. Okay, Quintez Johnston. Okay, Palmer's over him. All
Oh
right?
yeah.
All right, look, I'm actually dropping Quintez in a league this
Yeah.
week, so Mom, kudos.
Well,
Thank
we
you.
said that Palmer that
I gave
that Herbert trusts Palmer more than Johnston, and you can
Exactly.
see that when they play.
I gave Mom hell over that for like all the off season.
Oh, because she drafted Palmer and you drafted
Exactly,
Oh, I see.
and I'm
I
like
see.
what are you doing? What are you thinking? And like, hey, kudos, good pick. My bad. The boy can't get separation, right, Dave?
Some things get past the goalkeeper, you know.
I want to give Mom props on that one. But
So Dave, you locked the Chargers, right?
yes.
Are you? I got a little. I'm going to go a little different here. The Chargers keep it close, like they have every game. I think they lose by 3, so I'm going to go KC money line.
ooh, honestly, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes in this game. I'm going Chiefs on this game. I could see the Chargers winning it. I wouldn't bet on this game. I mean, if you're going something, go money line on this game.
Well, there it is. So, fantasy-wise, really, for the Chiefs' offense, it's still just Kelsey and Pacheco, and then the Chargers, you got Keenan Allen. I mean, duh, and really Palmer, I think, is a solid
Palmer,
flex
dude.
play.
What about shots out to Keenan Allen? He's
Oh,
made it. What are we,
dude,
week 7?
I love it. I
Damn.
love it. Like, I was totally against that guy. Like,
Oh yeah, we
in
we talked
every
about it.
draft I had.
He'll never see week 3.
Dude, there was actually someone who took him in the second round. I'm like, oh my God, really? Give me Quentin
Do
Johnson.
you not know your history?
Yes. Oh no. Okay, but hey, it's to
Way
be
to stay
seen.
healthy, Keenan.
Yes.
And with the Chargers getting Eckler back, I think that's really going to be the difference maker in this game. He's kind of he's a wild card, jack of all trades. He can get it done for you in the red zone as well. So that's why I'm taking the Chargers in this one, even though the Chiefs are tough out at home. They always have been.
And this is your lock?
This is my lock of the week because you didn't expect it.
I like
You
it.
didn't expect me to say lock it in on the Chargers to beat the Chiefs. And that's mainly because of the offensive struggles. I think the Chiefs' defense is still playing okay. I mean, it's good enough. Chris Jones is their whole defense, but he's been balling. He's a baller. That's 100%. What ballers do. And I think we've pretty much touched on all the fantasy guys. Dustin, you have anything to add?
Some evidence for that over. The past 5 meetings, the winner has scored at least 27 points in this game.
There you go.
So you can feel comfortable, Dave, with Chargers plus 5.5.
Yeah, at 49, I like that over.
That is 100%. I think that's one of the best ones.
Yeah, and really, boys, I think that's going to push us. Let's go right
Let's
in.
do it. Bring
to
it
the
to
Sunday night game.
Oh,
but
shit.
before you do that, Brian, I know there's a place you get your party, your party plans for or your party items from, and where is it?
That is S&M or M&S Liquors. My bad.
One track mind.
Easy.
Easy. Hey, it's the old Forester.
Yeah. So really, folks, if you're around S&M Liquors, there's
M&S.
Did I say it too?
Yeah.
Brian, you got me doing it.
I do it. My
Y'all
bad.
have had a little bit too much Foresters.
Hey,
everyone.
hey, Mike.
We
Mike,
had a couple
appreciate it,
soda
bro.
pops.
Thanks for the bottle of Ofo.
Yes.
So M&S Liquors,
There we go.
they're great folks. They have a good selection there. They're one of their locations. There is a little grocery next door, and if you step in there, they really have good food, especially when you're on the go and in a hurry.
Yeah, their food's killer.
Yeah, and really, those we go there every time.
Wedges are off the chains too.
Yeah, oh yeah, the wedge. But every time we have a party, we go to M&S Liquors.
That's it.
So okay, so moving on. Let's get to that Sunday night game.
Mom,
Yes.
I want to go first.
All right.
You know what?
Well,
you
hold
do
on. Our
think,
listeners
Brian.
might not know this.
All right.
Me and Dave might just take a pee break. This is going to get a little rowdy. Brian's a diehard Dolphins fan. Mom's a diehard Eagles fan, and they aren't shy. So
All right, I'm just
Ding,
going off.
ding, ding, ding.
All right. First blow. All right, Dolphins last week just totally killed it. We did play the Panthers, whatever. Eagles took their first L to the Jets, which is in our division. You just can't do that.
Bounce
they
back.
don't have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, how are you going to do that? So I'm taking the Dolphins in this. I mean, you're looking at 52 points. I might take over on that. They're actually giving the Eagles 2.5 points. Vegas.
You know what?
What are you thinking?
It does feel like an over kind of game. It does feel that way
It does.
because the
Wait.
Dolphins,
Wait.
when they get punched in the mouth, I can see they can fold up.
All right, they did.
They can fold up.
They got punched in the mouth one time.
I know, but what I'm saying is now they're in the ring with a heavyweight fighter, a true heavyweight fighter, contender.
A true heavyweight fighter that's been struggling in games, even
Yeah.
against the Redskins or Commanders.
Well, here's the thing, though. You know who's not struggling?
Who's that?
That offensive line, the defensive line.
They're struggling if they keeping it within 3 points.
Well,
Let's look at the Dolphins spreads on these
honestly,
games.
I
Dolphins
think
are averaging 37 points a game.
Number one offense in the league. Mom, can you stop that?
Honey, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey, baby. Hey. You can try to stop Hill. You can try to stop Waddle.
Hey, baby, we got talent on our side,
Hey,
too. You
hey.
got A.J. Brown, baby.
Devonta Smith,
Devontae Smith. Swift.
Hurts,
Hurts
Hey, girl,
got some legs,
the-
too, baby.
the other Kelsey.
well,
Hey,
yeah,
hey. The only thing you're hoping right now is that Ramsey don't just jump in this game and be like, "Hey, I'm going to
Ramsey
shut down.
my ass.
I'm gonna shut down AJ Brown." You know, it's one
Hey,
of them
Ramsey,
things.
dust off your jersey.
Hey,
There's
hey,
a game
look,
this week.
as a Dolphins fan, this is the number one game to watch this week.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
honestly, come on. This is the number one game in America this week. Everybody
is.
wants to watch this
100%.
game. And it's going to be exciting, I think.
This would be
Here's the-
great after those crap games we had to go through today.
Look,
This
look,
would be a
look.
great way to end the night.
If you're down on your fantasy day, if you're down on your betting day, like this game is going to bring you back to par.
You
right?
got it.
Because you're going to see excitement, you're going to see offense, you're going to see defense. I mean,
There's so many
everything is going to be in this game.
good players for those single game
Yeah.
props too.
No one will have a fingernail left.
And also, if you the weekly fantasy leagues and all that,
Everybody
or just
select
all the
over on
fantasy
everything.
leagues, this is a good matchup.
This is your number 1 point game because you're not betting no more than that.
I think the Dolphins will be able to score on the Eagles. I don't think they're going to put up 60 or 70 or whatever. They might score 20 to 30 range.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I don't think the Dolphins' defense can stop the Eagles. And they might put up another 30 points.
Look,
And that's 60 right there. So I think the over is a solid play here.
yeah, 100%.
And really, I like the Eagles to win because of how physical they play.
Look,
I don't think the Dolphins want to get down and dirty with you. They don't want to grind. They don't want to do the work.
Brian,
Preach it, baby. Preach it.
Brian ain't gonna
Dave,
wanna
it's
hear my
coming.
pick.
It's coming.
Oh, what? I got something on my face?
Fuck yeah.
I do? Where is it? Where is it?
Oh shit!
That's it. Look.
Hey, I got a meeting after this. Man. I gotta
Exactly.
go
And then
red
exactly.
mark on my
And look,
face.
look. I had to do
Bullshit.
that for the simple fact that
You
the
didn't
Dolphins
have to do that.
Dolphins number 1 offense in the league. How are you going to stop that, Philly?
I'm
You
sorry, Brian.
hang on.
Just come to watch,
Hang
baby,
on.
and you'll see.
Hang on. If you can't stop the Jets, baby, you ain't stopping the Dolphins.
They had a down. They had a down game. Now, who did Miami lose to?
The Bills, come at me.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
trap games
Bills
in the
ain't
NFL.
always there either.
I just had to throw that in.
Yeah, but here's the
I
thing.
like it.
The
I like
Eagles
it.
are going to come out this week with something to prove.
yes.
Look,
they're still.
100% as a Dolphins fan, Eagles are legit. They probably have one of the best defensive, offensive lines, one of the best offenses in the league. This is 100% the game to watch. Fantasy players, both sides. We don't even need to tell you about it, but let's hear about the betting side of it. Those things.
Sorry, Brian.
Oh,
It's
you
gonna be
don't-
3-1. I got
Dude, give it to me. I'm good.
both great teams. I think Dave already said this, and you just said Eagles best defensive line, best offensive line in the game. I think that's going to be.
Dolphins fan at heart, bro. I got to go
I
with
think
my
that's
shit.
going to be the kicker. I'm going over
Football's won in the trenches.
over Philly money line.
All right, Carter minus Carter equals a Dolphins win.
I just want
But
to say,
let's go with it.
next week, I want to scoot a little bit further away from Brian. Where I have to get out of arm's length. That is not the first time he's done that. I fall for it. I thought I had something on my face.
He just
The
don't
dude's
know.
rich over
Like,
and slapped
It was
me
just
like
a love
that.
tap.
Every time.
You know, I
Like,
got places to go. I
and
got
the
things
Dolphins-
to do after this. Now I got a red mark on my face. I'm not
Hey.
happy.
The only one I'm sorry for, the Bills beat us. My bad.
Yeah, I said the Bills are going to beat the Dolphins,
My bad.
and he did the
My
same
bad.
thing.
My bad. Hey, everybody has a bad game.
That's
okay.
right.
That's right. Bounce
And-
back for the Eagles.
You got it, baby.
Hey. Oh, I said that wrong, didn't I?
Well, you know what? You know what? Maybe the Eagles turned on the TV set, and maybe they said, you know what? These Phillies are putting up some of the best numbers since the 27 Yankees. Maybe we got to step our game up too, because Philly representing.
That's all we need is
We
Philly fans in
represent.
a good mood.
Okay.
The downfall to Philly is their quarterback, and
So-
you will see it.
No.
You will see it.
No.
Brian,
push.
I have a question for you.
Give it to him.
Is there anybody that you don't like in this game, or are you just starting everybody on your fantasy team?
About the only thing you're looking at is a Philly backfield. You're starting Swift, Gainwell.
Yeah.
No, you're not even stretching on him. Swift has really took over that backfield. He's monopolizing the carries on the Dolphin side of the ball on the backfield. Moster.
Even with the matchup, there's no way in hell you bet.
No, and I mean everybody knows the wide receivers to start on both sides. We're all looking at that. Tight end wise, you're not starting Miami's, but you are going with the Phillies.
Do you want to sell Goddard to me a little bit?
I'm trying.
I want to sell you something, dude.
Give it to us.
Philly picked up Julio Jones today.
We seen that.
And dude, I actually read an article that says that he could be activated to the 53-man roster, but wasn't wasn't he the third wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Listen,
It's
let
just
me
the
tell you
name.
something about Julio.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This ain't.
If Julio stepped in the league today with Justin Jefferson being out, he's still one of the best receivers in the league because he is well-rounded. He runs great routes. He blocks well. He
Dave,
doesn't drop the ball.
Dave, you forgot to say something. He was.
No, I'm
He
saying
was.
he is. Is.
When's the last time this man's caught a touchdown pass?
You know what?
I ain't had Julio.
Dude, wait.
Prime Julio was awesome.
I'm just saying, Tampa Bay, you had Mike Evans, you had Chris Godwin. You're the third wide receiver. Bro, if you ain't catching touchdowns, something's wrong. Because Tom Brady's on the other side of that ball.
Yeah.
Father Time has got my man Julio.
I
Yeah,
think
you
you
might
might
be
be
right. You might be
surprised.
right. But you know
But
what?
dude, I picked him up in a couple leagues. So
There's
I'm
a lot of people out there that need to have a conversation with their moms. And they need to say, hey, mama, is Julio Jones my daddy? Is he my real daddy? Because the
he
man,
might be this week.
He was the carbon copy of the league of what everybody wanted in the wide receiver. He could go up top. He could be a possession guy. He could run the routes. He could block for you with his size. He was, and you know what? He wasn't slow either.
Well, I'll tell you what he doesn't
dude,
do.
he
He
was
doesn't
amazing.
hurt Philly at all.
No.
He gives them a red zone target.
Yeah.
Dude, I picked him up in every league I can think of. So, look, 100%.
I wouldn't be looking for peak Julio though. I mean,
No.
If you got a bench spot that somebody's just been sucking ass on all year,
Dude,
pick him up.
100% right now, you're not. You might pick up Julio, but you're benching him this week.
All right, here's Brian said, don't go ahead and pick up Julio if you ain't no Fulio, okay? So
You got it.
I think, really, does that cover it? Does that cover it?
Yeah. Well, it was so
wait,
easy to get through.
Brian, what about the Dolphins running backs? Are we going to –
Dude, Mostert, 100%.
Yeah, but other than Mostert, Wilson's, and
Wilson's not coming back this
A-Chain's
week.
still out in the
A-Chain's
IR.
still out. So you're really looking at, dude, you're starting Mostert with confidence. He's the number 3
he's getting
running
all the
back.
touches.
Number 3 running back in fantasy football right now.
Just get you a casual 37 every week.
And I
The
kind
boy's
of,
got wheels.
but I kind of like what Dave said. That I mean, right now, sell his ass.
Well,
Sell him because guess what? A-Chain's out right now, and when he comes back, guess who's taking over?
and not only that, if you're playing fantasy football, you need to keep this mindset that everybody on your roster has a price. Everybody's movable for the right price. Okay, don't get married yourself to your favorite player on your
channel
favorite
your
team.
inner $1 million man. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price.
Money.
Money. Yeah. So I guess that really is going to push us right into the Monday night game.
49ers Vikings.
The 49ers are going on the road to the Minnesota in the dome. Does that dome matter? Does the turf
No.
matter?
No.
I think hold on, not too fast, folks. I think we got to go straight to injury report on this game. There were some people banged up last week.
Oh,
bang,
yeah.
bang.
Yeah, the 49ers got a good hit with Debo Samuels. Now he's got rib injuries, knee injuries, and shoulder injuries.
But I think the one we're waiting for, Trent Williamson.
Right. It
He's
is
day-to-day.
Christian McCaffrey. What?
Trent Williams
Debo?
day to day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. he's
Because I mean,
day-to-day.
he's protecting running backs, he's protecting quarterbacks.
Greatest
Gotcha.
offensive lineman ever played the game.
Dude,
folks.
he's
Tell us, hey, give us a stat line, Dave.
He hasn't given up a sack in like 10 years, I don't think. Look it up. I ain't lying.
Is this a lock?
Well, I want to hear the injury report, and then we'll
All right. So they said that Debo Samuels may play Monday, and most likely will. You know, he tries to do what he can. But we got Christian McCaffrey, who obtained a oblique rib injury. It's a really a special kind of injury because its healing process is just by pain tolerance. So
Okay.
it pretty
Boys
much
playing.
depends
Okay.
on how much
Yeah.
pain
We're
the
going to
player
little perk
can
30
take.
and we're getting out there, boys.
I tell you what, though, one of the biggest pickups I've seen is Madison. Or
Osborne.
Mason. Jordan
Mason, yeah.
Mason has been one of the biggest
He
pickups
played
this
well
week.
last week, and he looked like he's going to get the touches over Elijah Mitchell.
He probably
When I watched the game that last week,
Is Elijah Mitchell playing?
No, he played.
Did he?
He's in.
Yeah, he's playing.
But he's just not. It looks like Shanahan is favoring. What's his
Mason.
Mason? Jeez Louise, and
Put
Elijah
down
made it to
Mitchell.
Monday night, boys.
Look, Elijah Mitchell used to be the guy that you stashed on your bench because you knew he was going to come through eventually. This year, I don't know. Mason's taking those carries from him, so if CMC's not going to play for sure, Debo's out. Let's be honest with ourselves. The older fellas don't heal as quickly.
Well, with the 49ers record, do they just go ahead and rest these dudes?
Okay.
And think they're good enough just to win without them anyways?
Well,
Okay.
that
JJ's out. Let's all just look
Trent
at that.
Williams is going to play though.
All right. Justin Jefferson's out, so I'm kind of with Dustin on this one. Like, you can actually sit McCaffrey for 1 week because you're not going to need him against the Vikings.
Yeah.
All right, I look for Brock Purdy to pick up. Like, Shanahan's going to have him ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knows that he's going to be the focus point of this week. So I look for that to take place, and I look for the Niners to win. No problem.
I'm with you. I've got in my notes that Niners win, despite offensive woes with McCaffrey and Williams and Debo being out last week. I think they get Williams back this week, but the Vikings defense is bad, and without Jefferson, I don't see the Vikings doing much on offense. And I'm going to tell you, this is a statement game for the Niners. They're going to say, listen, I know what you're saying. We should not have been in that situation last week. But we're still the big dogs. We're still going for the Super Bowl. We're still it.
Because there's no team out there right now planning to lose the
We got to rep the Bay Area.
Well, I'm saying when the big dog gets up on the porch. No, wait.
No.
I said that wrong.
No,
When
no.
the big dog's in the yard, you get your ass on the porch.
Exactly. But, like, Shanahan was not ready for Debo to go out, McCaffrey.
Yeah,
and
you kind
Trent
of lose
Williams.
like two,
Okay,
two
that's like you can game
two
plan.
all-pro players.
Yeah,
Shit might go downhill a little bit.
You can game plan for one, but
Hall
I mean,
of Famers.
like right now, you cannot game plan for all three. So this game, they're going to be ready for Niners. They're going to run away with it. And if you want, is this a lock game?
Oh, I didn't even get to that, did I?
No.
I must. You know what?
Lock it in.
Lock it in. This is the last lock of the week because it's Monday Night Football. There's no more games of the week. But lock it in, folks, with the Niners. Despite Debo and McCaffrey, they will still put it on the Vikings because the Vikings defense is terrible. And when they don't have Jefferson, they're going to struggle against good defenses. And I'm going to tell you a secret. The Niners have a good defense.
Damn. And it's only
Look.
It ain't even a touchdown, is it?
That's it.
6.5.
Yeah.
But
6.5. I like that number, too.
I'm not a locker. That's kind of Dave's thing, but I'm locking this
He's
game.
locking it. I think we're all-
Niners, because I think Niners really upset everybody last week as far as money lines, spreads, everything, and they're going to make up for it this week.
I think we got the first one of the night.
So,
Triple lock.
So, Brian, Dustin, when it comes to flex players
Ayuk.
on these games, who are you benching?
Bench.
Who are you not going to play?
Are we done with Cam Akers, Dustin?
God, what a disappointment.
You and
that's
me are
been.
sitting back
Yeah.
on this guy, and we're waiting
We-
and we're waiting.
Yeah.
Are we done?
I was so close to. I kept him. I haven't dropped him yet. I might scour the waiver wire when I get home.
He ain't
But he's
counting
not
for
really-
much.
Because in the league I got him, we only got 4 bench spots, and he's
Yeah.
taking. He's eating.
I'm
That's
waiting.
valuable.
I'm just-
Yeah,
That's
he's
valuable
eating up a lot
space.
of room.
I'm throwing it out there. I'm waiting
I mean,
one more week.
this is
That's
week
one
7.
more week.
And we're
All right.
If he is under 4 points,
But I tell you
again,
what, Alexander Madison has turned it on since he's been there.
dude, he has been.
And that is the only reason right now is why the man still has his job. But if we're looking at fantasy relevance on this game, Viking side of the ball, are we starting Kirk Cousins in this game? Or should I go out and get another
No, I
quarterback?
don't think Kirk Cousins is a top 12 quarterback this week.
All right, so we're looking at that. What about
KJ Osborne, Addison.
Addison? Addison is really, I think,
I
whatever.
would trust Addison over Osborne as for a flex play, but I don't like either one of them because the Niners.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough week for
they're not
Vikings.
going to move the ball a lot. The Niners are going to whip them in the trenches. They're going to get after their quarterback. And let me tell you something about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy going to put up 30.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I like it.
Brock
I like
Purdy
it.
gonna
Look,
put
he's
30.
rhyming. He's rhyming.
Yeah.
Give it to us more. What else you got?
Well,
Well, tell us about Ayuk.
Ayuk he
You
had
can't rhyme nothing with IU.
he had
That's
two
what I
big-
threw it out there for.
He had 2 big drops last week. And,
IU ain't no fluke.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
oh.
the truth.
Oh,
But you got Kittle. He's gonna be blowing that
Oh,
fiddle.
God. Oh,
Well, and that's
Kittle is a good question. What's he doing this
That's
dude,
the
one
thing.
catch last week.
Well, I think the Niners just have too much in every position. I mean, they have one of the best players at their position in almost every group
Yeah.
in their locker room. You know, they're loaded. And I don't think the Vikings are going to – if I'm the Vikings, I'm going full tank mode. I'm trying to get one of these quarterbacks in the draft.
I think
I've won 1 game this year. I'm trying to let me get a quarterback, let him learn under Cousins for a year, and let's move forward with it.
I think Cousins is going to be gone by trade deadline. And
Well,
I'm
that's
not
possible. That's possible.
I'm not saying where he's going, but
if you're
I'm
going-
looking at Niners. They have too much firepower, and a lot of the like a low end play Jennings.
Yeah.
If Debo's out, Jennings.
Yeah.
Let's go Jennings.
So, ladies and gentlemen, look, this week and next week these are the weeks that you need to keep your eye on these teams and these trades, and things are going to happen. These people that we're talking about, play, start, sit, all this and whatnot, that's all according that when it comes to game time, they're going to be on the team that we're talking about. But in this time of year, you just don't know.
No.
You just don't know because sometimes people get shipped around. People are going to be jockeying for position to get some of these quarterbacks in this draft. And I really think the Vikings need to go that route. Let's see what we can get for Cousins. I know they can get a draft pick, a quality draft pick
dude.
for Cousins.
It's tanking time.
Dude,
Yeah.
if you go to the Jets, you're going to find something good, but I don't know how good because I don't know what they got left.
And you know what?
You might get Dalvin Cook back.
I think.
Hey,
Oh.
Well, let me just say this. Does anybody have anything else they need to get off their chest? You got anything?
Mom,
Go ahead.
Dolphins winning. That's
Dolphins
all.
win.
That's all I got to get off my
I
chest.
might come over here and watch the game.
This
with you.
guy over here.
Eagles.
Hey, it's going to be entertaining.
I just want to see.
And just wear a
Say-
Seahawks shirt over here.
Very
look.
chippy.
Yeah,
very
little
chippy.
chippy.
Me and Mom bought a new sign this week, but
That's
you know,
right.
my sign means more. So that's all I got to say.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Hey,
baby.
how
You
come the
can't say it
Dolphin
any
sign
better
is
than
just
that.
a little bit higher than the
I'm
Eagles sign?
way
Dave,
more scared of a Philly fan
I,
than a Dolphins
I
fan.
think we
I'll
all
tell you
know. I think we
Oh,
all know.
yeah. Dustin, you got any? You got any parlays you want to?
Oh man, I got some prop bets for Thursday night for my degenerates. I got a bunch of them. I can ramble them off real quick if you want them.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, ETN over on rush yards, Kirk over on receiving yards, Carr over on passing yards, Ridley over on receiving yards, Michael Thomas under on receiving yards, Olave over on receiving, Kamara over on receiving, Evan Ingram under on receiving. Let's see who else we got. Shaheed under on receiving, Carr over a half a pick. So he will throw a pick that
Oh,
game.
100%.
Carr 1.5 touchdowns.
Well, wait a
Under.
minute though. Are we 100% sure Carr's going to play?
Yeah.
I think with confidence you can go win that game right now, but he may get benched. Let's go with the whole.
Yeah, I thought Carr had a shoulder, like he's going
He
to play,
did,
but
he
got
did,
roughed
but
up a little bit.
But he played all last week with no problems. So
Okay,
Right,
okay.
yeah.
I think
He's
we're
playing.
100%.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and recap my picks of the week, my locks. Okay, I went no lock Thursday. You're going to see that from now on. Believe that. But let's take we're going to lock in the Ravens over the Lions, the Bills over the Pats, the Raiders over the Bears, Seahawks over the Cardinals, Chiefs over Chargers, Eagles over Dolphins, and Niners over the Vikings. Woo, that is a tough slate. This is a tough week, boys, but
Yeah,
I'm
it
telling
is,
you,
it is.
these are the best. If you want to win money, I would work with these within this range here. I'm not saying put a 9-team parlay together, but pick some of these, and I think you're going to be okay. And I just want to let you guys know that this show was sponsored by M&S Liquors, and not only that, Beach Grove Market and gas station is it's 815 South Preston Highway, Shepherdsville. And if you're in the area, the food is quality. When you step into the liquor store, they're friendly, nice folks. They have a good selection. You get all your party needs at M&S Liquors.
Got some cold ass beer too. boy.
Yes, sir.
100%.
I think it's the coldest in town.
Coldest in town.
That's
I think,
right.
dude, I think you got a cave in each one of the buildings. So 100%.
But that is actually going to wrap it up for us. This is DDB End Zone Empire, and I'm your host, Dave, and my main man, Brian, here.
Peace out.
And my main man, Dustin.
All right, we'll see you next week.
And
people.
listen, we love you people, okay?
Dolphins over Philly.
Eagles fly, baby.